cash. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate.
What's up, guys? This is the Til You Collapse Podcast. I am Brian. I'm your host, and I'm back. Guys, it's been a while. It's honestly probably been, maybe a month, maybe 2 months since I've recorded a podcast. But I've been busy. I've been real busy, guys. And life is a struggle right now. I'm here to tell you, life is a struggle. It's a struggle for a lot of us. And here's the thing. Life is supposed to be a struggle. You know, this picture, this life's supposed to be perfect and easy is not true. And the sad reality is a lot of you kids are being taught that and being sheltered by your parents that life is easy and life is always happy and always good. And reality is life, business, relationships, it's always a struggle. You're always struggling to balance something and keep something healthy and keep something going. And that's the reality of it. I mean, this world's crazy right now. Hurricanes. People are losing their lives. People are losing their houses. People are losing their neighborhoods. That's a struggle. That's horrible. Imagine what those people are going through. If you're one of these people listening that you live in these areas, I feel for you. The election's like 30 days away, you guys. Like everyone, it feels like this election, I feel like the weight of this election is weighing down on all of us right now. Like it's a heavy time right now. I feel like everyone is on pins and needles. Everybody is like waiting for this election to happen. And I've heard it multiple times. Like we're all fucked if the election goes one way. And we'll be okay if the election goes one way. Well, here's my reality. Here's something for me to tell you guys. Listen up to this. Whichever way you want the election to go, we all want it to go one way or another way. There's two options, right? What are you going to do if the election doesn't go the way you want it to go? What are you going to do if the election doesn't go the way you want it to go? And the person you don't want to get elected gets elected, and you already have in your mind, you're fucked if it goes this way, you're not fucked if it goes this way. I'm here to tell you, that kind of mindset is not a winning mindset, okay? That is a losing mindset, because you're already setting yourself up by failure by telling yourself you're going to win and you're going to be okay if it goes this way, and if it goes this way, you're not going to be okay, and you're going to lose, and you're going to struggle. And having that kind of mindset and that kind of thought process is setting yourself up for failure. And I know I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Whoever is in that office is not going to dictate whether you win the day or not. They may make your big macro life harder by policies, by shit going on that affects the economy, which in turn affects your business, your customer base, all that kind of shit. I mean, I'm feeling it right now. I'm fucking dancing on TikTok, slanging $20 leggings for hours at a time. You think I want to do that? No, I need to do that because the reality of the apparel space is already a fucked industry. It's harder than ever. It's more saturated than ever. Inflation is at an all-time high. Everyone is struggling. They only have $20 to spend on leggings. Like, it is a grind. It's the reality of the last 4 years, the economy has affected everybody. But it's not just my business, it's all businesses. And here's the thing. You have to do what needs to be done in order to win. Are you going to win or are you going to lose? Because I'll tell you what, winning. You think you want to win? How bad do you want to win? Winning is a cold bitch. Winning will take everything you have, and then it will say it wants more. And I promise you, you think you want to win. You want everything that comes along with winning and being successful. I don't even know if you can handle what comes along with being successful and winning. You know, it's a nice thought, right? The cars and the money and the security and the attention and all this shit. But I promise you, coming from somebody that's had nothing and been at a very, very low and gone from that to having something, it is a lot to manage. It is a lot to handle. The pressure, the attention, the stress. And the funny thing is, you think winning is all positive? A lot of negatives come with winning. A lot of attention gets your way. A lot of hate. People, unfortunately, in this day and age, a lot of people don't want to see other people win. Unfortunately. We live in a society, we live in a day and age when a lot of people want to see people do good, but they never want to see people doing better than they are. So, unfortunately, when you win, it almost puts a target on your back. People want to talk about you. People want to make judgments about you. People want to talk about why you won. Oh, this is the only reason this person is successful. And here's the thing. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. If you want to win, you have to realize you have to take the good with the bad. And honestly, sometimes there's just as much bad as there is good. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. Like, winning is not for the faint of heart. And you may win quickly, and you may win in a short term. But I tell you, winning mentally, physically, financially, on a long period takes all you have every single day. Monday, Sunday, Christmas, you're sick, you're healthy, you got 2 hours of sleep, it doesn't give a fuck. All winning cares about is whether or not you did what's required to do that day. And every single day, you start at zero. And I talk about Till You Collapse, and that kind of ties in with winning. Till You Collapse mindset. Till You Collapse work ethic. Are you going till you collapse? Because winning, that's all winning wants. Till you collapse. And that's where that brand names came from. Because in order to win, you're going to have to put in that kind of work ethic and that kind of mindset every single day. And it's a non-stop fucking revolving door. You can't take your foot off the gas. It's fucking tireless. It's fucking exhausting. I tell you what. And here's the thing. You're either built for it or you're not. But I'm telling you, if you want to win, buckle the fuck up. Because it is the rest of your life you're dedicating yourself to winning. And here's the thing. Some of us are built for that shit. And some of us are wired for that shit. And I want you to really look at yourself in the mirror and think about it. Think about where you are in life, mentally, physically, financially. If you're not where you want to be in any of those areas, it is on you and the effort you're putting in every single day. Have some accountability, have some self-talk, look at yourself in the mirror. And let's be real about what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Are you doing your nutrition? Are you doing your cardio? Are you lifting your weights? Are you staying off your phone? Are you focusing on the work? Do you have the physique you want? It's yes or no. I don't want to hear fucking excuses. It's yes or no. Is your business doing good? Is your business growing? Are you making money? Are you happy financially? How many days a week do you work? How long do you work during the day? When you're working, what are you actually doing? You need to have these conversations with yourself. Whether you are a 9-to-5 employee for someone else or you own your own company and you're self-employed. At the end of the day, this shit falls back on us. And there's no excuses. There's no excuses. And that's the thing is like, you know, this day and age, it's such a select few. And here's the thing. I take pride in being in that category. Because here's the thing. The last thing I ever wanted to be is like everyone else. If you look out there in the masses and most people, that's the last thing I ever wanted, you guys. And I miss coming on this podcast and talking to you. But I've been in the fucking trenches. I'm real and I'm raw. I've told you guys, shit is a grind right now. But that is life. There's seasons. And there's peaks. And there's valleys. And here's the thing. Once you realize that shit, and you embrace that shit, and you realize that the real time you really, really learn is during the valleys, and during the struggle, and in the trenches. That really shows who you are. It builds character. It builds grit. It builds the shit you need to be successful in the future. Because, like I said, it's up and it's down and it's consistent. It's for the rest of your life, my friend. The rest of your life. The rest of your fucking life. This is what you're signing up for. Every day you wake up and you're grateful and you have another day on this earth. And another chance to win the day. And here's the thing. For me, my best advice to you is focus on the small wins. Focus on the day. Add up a bunch of days and it turns into a year. Add up a bunch of days and it's a bunch of years. You know, focus on what's right in front of you, and that's the day. And I promise you, it won't be so overwhelming. You'll be able to manage it more. You know, thinking about what I'm going to do today to give my all today versus what I'm going to do to give my all this whole year. It's a lot different thought process, right? So what works for me is really focusing on the day. And here's the thing. There's 7 days. There's not days of the week. There's not days of the week. There's just days, okay? So stop with the man-made, propaganda that gets shoved down your throat since you were born, that, you're supposed to work these days and you're supposed to take these days off, and holidays are made for just laying back and relaxing, And here's the thing. I have 4 kids. And I'm not up here saying grind your life away and that's all you should do, because you know what? Before you know it, the shit's going to be over. Your kids are going to be grown. So figuring out that term of balance, quote unquote, because there's no such fucking thing as balance, whatever works for you in your life, because you need to be part of your family's life. You need to make memories with your kids. You need to show the fuck up for them. I coach them. I go to multiple sports games. I have 4 kids in multiple competitive sports. On top of running my own fitness program, on top of running companies, on top of everything. So what I'm telling you is, we all have different lives. We all have different definitions of balance. And as soon as you realize that you need to figure out the balance that works for you, the sooner you're going to figure it out. Because you're looking out there, I see everyone asks for, what's your definition of balance? Well, my definition of balance is not your definition of balance. And your definition of balance isn't their definition of balance. Because we all have different thoughts about that. But I can tell you this. This is a fact. This is a fact that you can't get around, and there's no changing it. Whatever you focus on will thrive the most. So if you focus on your kids, if you focus on your family, if you focus on that kind of stuff, that's going to thrive. If you only focus on your business and your money, that's going to thrive. But I promise you, the other things will suffer that you don't focus on. So you have to realize where you're at in your life, the season you're in, and go all in. Like when I started my first company, I was all in. There was no balance. I was getting 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night if I was lucky. I wasn't seeing my family. It was all in. When you're in the build phase, when you're trying to build something from the ground up and you're really trying to get it going, that's what's required. Because if not, it's going to take a lot longer, and it's probably and maybe never going to actually be successful. So you need to have that conversation with your family and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is why I'm doing it for us. Let's go. Right? Communication. Communication is key. Communication is something that I've been horrible at for a long time. I feel like a lot of people are. And it's like everything else, you have to work on it and you have to be aware of it to be successful at it. My communication has gotten a lot better That's because I was aware of it, and I made a conscious decision to work on it. Like with anything in life, right, guys? But like I said, again, to reiterate, it's okay to struggle. Struggle is normal. But what you do when you struggle defines you, okay? If your business isn't making money, find other ways to make money. Pivot, change it. Work harder, work longer, get another job. Sell shit. Figure out a way. Don't make excuses, okay? We're all struggling. We're all struggling in one way or another. And if somebody acts like they're not struggling, they're full of shit, okay? Nobody's perfect, and nobody doesn't have demons and skeletons in their closet, okay? So stop focusing on people that act like that, because we're all human. We all have our flaws. None of us are perfect. Me, you, them. It's all good. Like I said, I just want to see you guys win, okay? So the more that we can spread that kind of fucking energy, the better this world's going to be. Because everybody hating on everybody else and everybody in a competition with someone for some reason, that's not the vibe. That's not the energy that any of us need, you guys. So my message to you, we're in Q4. We're going into Q4, the end of 2024. We got a big election ahead. We got a lot of shit going on. The weather's crazy. Everything's crazy. But you control what you do every single day, from when you wake up, when you go to bed. You control that effort you put in during the day. You control your mindset during the day. You control when you go to bed and when you go to sleep. That's on you. You control whether you win that day or you lose that day. So my message to you, this little podcast is, make sure you fucking win that day. Make sure you win that day, and then you know what? Go ahead and win the next day, and then the next one, and then the next one, and stack those motherfuckers up and kill the rest of this year, because I want to see you win. My real question is, do you want to see you win? Do you really want to see you win? Because the shit that you do, and the shit that you think, and the shit that you tell yourself, is that causing you to win? Is that about you winning? Because here's the thing, if your actions don't match up to that, maybe you really don't want to win. If you're not making those sacrifices, if you're not exhausted mentally and physically, if you're gonna win, you're gonna be exhausted mentally and physically at the end of every day. And if you're not going hard enough. You're not going hard enough. It's not easy, and you can't half-ass it to win. I'm sorry what they tell you. I'm sorry what you want to believe. That's not the reality of this shit. I love you guys. I missed you guys. I'm going to do more podcasts. I know it's been a while. Don't be too mad at me. I hope you got some inspiration from this podcast. I hope it gave you a kick in the ass. If you needed it, go fucking murder the rest of this year. I want to know about it. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. I'm out.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying